Whether you have pain in your back or joints, surgery may not be the answer. Instead of the dangers involved in cutting out tissue, consider healing and rejuvenating the area with stem cells, platelet-rich plasma, or prolotherapy. The treatments that are available to professional athletes are now available for you. Watch the videos at jointrehab.com or call the Darrow Wellness Institute at 800-300-9300. 800-300-9300. That's 800-300-9300.
Welcome back to Living Pain-Free with Dr. Marc Darrow. I'm your host, Nita Valens, and we're taking your calls at 866-870-5752 here in the studio. You can talk directly to Dr. Darrow right here, right now. I have lines open for you. When you phone the program, you get Dr. Darrow's latest book for free. It's called Stem Cell and Platelet Therapy, Regenerate, Don't Operate. It has 264 scientific studies. It's really going to inform you. We are here Saturdays at 10 a.m., again at 1 p.m. And I'll tell you another resource for you, very exciting, www.lastemcells.com. On this site, you can email Dr. Darrow, or you can see him actually performing the treatments on videos. That's www.lastemcells.com. So, I bet you have a question there waiting.
How did you know?
I don't know. I'm psychic today.
For people that don't know me, I get emails all day and all night long, even when I'm sleeping. And the first thing I do when I wake up is I answer as many as I can before I get to the office, and then in between patients, I answer emails, and then when I get home at night, I answer emails. I'm usually up to about midnight doing emails. Maybe I could have Nita do them for me, huh?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll only charge you $5 per email. And I'm available midnight to 6. Just so
you can take up the slack.
Yeah, right.
So what you can do if you want to email me is just go to the website, which is www.lastemcells.com, lastemcells.com. Every single page on the website, and it's voluminous, lots of information there, and videos of me doing my procedures, injecting PRP and stem cells all over the body. Every page has a site to email me. So I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear from you right now so we can talk live.
Okay,
and,
we have Carlos waiting.
Carlos, thanks for calling in, man. Your son has an ankle issue. This is Dr. Marc Darrow, Carlos.
Hi, doctor. Thank you for taking my call.
So God bless you, man. I appreciate your call. Go ahead.
Sure. My son is a basketball player, and he went up for a rebound and came down on someone's foot and fractured his talus bone.
Okay. How long ago?
He was in a cast. About a year and a half ago.
Okay.
So he was in a cast for about three months.
Yep.
And he's been doing physical therapy since he came off the cast.
Okay.
But he still experiences pain when he plays, and he doesn't have that explosive lift anymore.
Sure. How old is he?
He is 18 years old now.
How tall is he about?
He is 5'11".
Okay, good. And the information you're looking for is really this. Once there's a fracture and the tissue is sprained, which happens when you fracture, obviously, all of the soft tissue around the fracture gets stretched out, right? So he's probably in that category now where the fracture probably healed beautifully, and the doctors are wondering, and he's wondering, and you're wondering why he still has pain. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. You said, I believe?
Yes, I believe it has healed. He just is experiencing pain, and he can't lift anymore. He can't jump and even make a layup.
Yeah. What happens when we have a terrific strain or sprain like that, with the fracture is we end up with pain around the area of the fracture. The fracture may be perfect. And then once there is pain somewhere around the body, often people guard the area, meaning they don't have that explosive power they used to have. And the pain is the thing, maybe subconsciously or consciously, that keeps them from contracting the muscles around the area very powerfully. So
got it.
I would have to touch the area. You can bring them in. I need to touch the area, see where the pain is coming from, and then watch his movements, see him jump, and see what's going on.
Okay.
But my guess is the fracture's healed beautifully, and it's just the soft tissue that didn't heal. And that's very common. Bones have a good blood supply and they heal well, but the soft tissue doesn't.
Understood.
So, if it's avascular, it's white tissue, and there's no oxygen getting to the area, which is actually what does the healing. The blood carries the oxygen.
I'm sorry. Is this something that your therapy can help him with?
Well, I have to touch the area first to do an examination, but generally, yes.
Fantastic. We will give your office a call on Monday.
Okay. You can call right now. There's people hanging out. We work all the time.
That's fantastic. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, I'll be going in the office later today.
What, no golf game?
Well, maybe that.
Golf and then work.
Anyway, Carlos, the phone number to the office is 800-300-9300. 800-300-9300. You can call them right now, and they'll give you more information and tell you the details of how this works. And I would love to see your son. What's his name?
Thank you so much.
Okay, Carlos, God bless you, and God bless your son. We'll see you soon.
Thank you for your call, Carlos. Appreciate it. We're taking your calls right here in the studio at 866-870-5752. That's 866-870-5752. Lines are open for you right now. We're here Saturdays at 10 a.m., again at 1 p.m., and please check Dr. Darrow's website at www.lastemcells.com. That's lastemcells.com. There's videos of Dr. Darrow performing the treatments, very detailed information, lots and lots of information. And also, you're getting a free book by phoning in today called Stem Cell and Platelet Therapy, Regenerate, Don't Operate. It has 264 scientific studies. And the foreword is written by Suzanne Summers. You know her a long time, huh?
Oh, yeah. I've been taking care of her and her family for, 20 years or more. I don't remember. I love those people. They are from the angel realm. They're just all of them are so sweet. So I'm appreciative of all the help you've given me, Suzanne. You wrote the foreword to my book. I'm showing a picture of you to the video camera right now. And as long as we're talking about Suzanne, she's got a book called A New Way to Age that I'm showing the audience right now. And I love everything you wrote in here, Suzanne. She's written, I don't know how many, 20 books about health. She's amazing. On page 302, she starts a chapter about Dr. Marc Darrow. That's me. So, Suzanne, thanks so much. I think it's about 16 or 18 pages about regenerative medicine using platelets and stem cells. So, Suzanne, God bless you. You're an amazing person, and we love and support you very much.
Absolutely.
So, I've got a ton of questions here. Is it my turn?
It is.
Actually, I just want to mention, because you were mentioning my book, there's a chapter on hair growth using platelets and stem cells in the back, and there's another chapter on the vampire facelift, which is growing back the tissue in the face As the fat starts to dry out and we start looking gaunt, we can replace that very, very easily and quickly. So I've got questions: neck pain, hips, back pain, turf toe, that's interesting, Synvisc, that's hyaluronic acid, stem cell treatments, hormone therapy. What do you want to do, Nate? I'll let you pick a topic.
Well,
something we haven't done today.
Okay.
Neck pain?
Neck pain.
Yeah, let's do neck pain.
That's very common. Let's do neck pain.
It is, and I like the subject because you came in how many years ago to have your neck treated?
I think it's been about 16 years already, because you've been doing this over 20 years.
And this is before you were my host on the radio show?
Oh, yeah. You were on the air for 10 years.
Oh, that's right. Amy sent you in.
And then when your host was wanting to move out of the area and semi-retire, then that was Dr. Gene. So I've been
Gene Steiner.
I've been your host for 11 years.
Oh my goodness.
11 years.
That is hysterical.
Pain-free for most of it.
Well, that's good. Anyway, this person has a question that says neck pain. Let's see what they have to say. Ooh, this is bad. I have a history of 2 cervical fusions 20 years ago, which I think is now causing a strain on the ligaments at the base of my neck. If I bend my head down, it aggravates the area and cranks up the pain. It is a deep-seated pain that has not gone away. I think my ligaments are fed up working that bit harder. So yeah, when you have a fusion in the vertebrae, the area above and below the fusion takes all of the pressure. So we often find when there's a fusion that the area and the area above and the area below the fusion break down, and then they may have to get fused. I say that in a jocular fashion. Have to? No, but that's what happens in the surgical community. I'm not in favor of generally for doing cervical or lumbar fusions as a way of getting rid of pain. I like the idea of using platelets and stem cells, which is just an injection without surgery. Person walks in the area, they get the injections, they walk out. And that can help stabilize the area without sticking bone on it or putting metal in it by just thickening up the ligaments. And most people who have neck and back pain, really it's more of a sprain than it is of a vertebral problem. So I think, just little old me, I think there's way too many surgeries being done. God bless the surgeons. I love them, but I don't like all the surgeries being done because I think most of them don't need to be done. And I have people come in the office almost every day, new patients who come in who have seen neurosurgeons, orthopedic surgeons, and they say they need a surgery. And I touch there and I go, well, you can get a surgery, but I don't think it's going to help. But I think it's an area that we can help by just thickening up the tissue by using your platelets from your blood. That's a process called PRP, platelet-rich plasma, or taking your stem cells and injecting those. When we take bone marrow, it has both platelets and stem cells in it. So we aspirate the bone marrow very simply, and then we just inject that. So I think I can help this person if what they're telling me is accurate and fits in with what I think is going on. I can't promise anybody that they're going to get better ever, no matter what it is. And it is kind of surprising sometimes to have real easy cases that don't seem to heal. And then sometimes we get really tough cases that heal quickly. Everyone wants to know, how many treatments will it take? I never, ever know. I wish I did. I am not psychic. I wish I were. Nita, are you psychic?
Once in a while.
Once in a while we all are.
Well, I'll tell you this. Every person heals at a different pace. So if your friend calls you and says, oh, my God, Dr. Darrow is fabulous and I was better in, 2 weeks or something, that doesn't mean you'll get better in 2 weeks, because
it's always different.
You might be better in 2 days.
That's right, and it depends what the person is doing after their injections. Some people go right back to their sport, and we have people sign something saying they're not going to exercise the area without my written consent. But people cheat on me all the time, and they come back and say, hey, it got worse. And I go, what'd you do? And they say, well, they have this sheepish little look on their face, and they go, well, I did what you told me not to do. And that's not going to help you healing. I mean, if you get a surgery, you're not going to be exercising the area, right?
I don't think so.
No.
No way.
No way, Jose.
That's right. Well, let me just tell people how they can talk to you right now at 866-870-5752. That's 866-870-5752 here in the studio. And check out, Dr. Darrow's website at www.lastemcells.com. Shall we go to Ruben?
Yes, ma'am. Ruben, Dr. Marc Darrow, how's your back pain?
Hey, how's it going, Doc? Good morning.
I'm living it up, thank you.
Hurts me. That's why I'm calling.
How long has it bothered you for?
I say about 4 years. Now it seems like the pain is generating into my hips because now my hips are in pain. So that's why I was calling you, Doc. I'm going to be 50 years old. My kids said, "Oh, we're going to throw you over the hill party." I said, "No, call it a halfway dead party." 50 years old. They go, "What? Over the hill sounds better." I said, "No, you put a halfway dead, baby. Or 3/4." But
just tell them you like the Grateful Dead.
Yeah, exactly. So my birthday's during the week, so they told me, "Hey, so you want your recliner?" I said, "No." I said, "I want a shot." They go, "You want a shot tequila or a recliner?" I go, "No, I want a shot." Like, what are you talking about, a shot? So I want the PRP, and so they said, "You want that PRP over your recliner?" The recliner I want, man, this thing, it's a bad boy, man. This thing's like $1,500, but I mean, no use to sit in that thing if you're in pain, right? So I wanted to go in there and
How did you get your pain? Where did it come from? What were you doing?
I was a truck driver, man, for about 30 years.
Okay.
And, lifting and bending and every day.
Yep.
That was my lifestyle there, and then a lot of breakdancing back in the days too, I think, man. You know what I'm saying?
Good. So I'm going to give you my opinion with what little bit I know about you without having touched the area and examined you, okay? So don't count this as being accurate. It's just what sounds like. It sounds like you have sprained iliolumbar ligaments, and you can look that up, iliolumbar. They connect, and by the way, ligaments connect bones to bones. They connect the L4-5 spinous processes that stick out in the back to the pelvis. And it's the most common back injury that I ever see. At the same area where they connect to the pelvis, we have the thoracodorsofascia that connects there, which covers the entire back. And then we also have a muscle from the back of the ribs where they end to the pelvis called the quadratus lumborum that gets sprained. And all that is called an enthesopathy. It's where the emphasis is, where these things attach to the bone. And it's like a sprained ankle. It's nothing fancy. It's easy. The problem is, why don't the backs heal on their own? And my guess is because there's a poor blood supply to the area. And if you don't have a good blood supply, and ligaments don't have a good blood supply, then you don't get oxygen to the area, and oxygen is carried by the blood cells, okay? So when we do PRP or stem cells, it brings a new blood supply to the area and new oxygenation, and then it heals.
So I'll be in there.
It's usually easy to heal that. I mean, I've had the regenerative medicine on my neck and back all the way over. I was a gymnast when I was young, and I really beat up my back and my neck all the way down to the lumbar area. And I've had very good success. Nita Valens, who's the host on the show, also had neck pain that we healed using regenerative medicine about 16 years ago. So there's good hope. If you get sick of the pain, you want to come in, give us a buzz at the office at 800-300-9300. Ruben, God bless you, man. I love you. You're a good guy. And we're going to go to Ronnie, who's got a knee.
Yeah,
how are
thank you,
Ronnie?
Ruben. Welcome, Ronnie.
Hi, how are you, sir?
Good.
Okay, I don't know if you ran into a situation like I had about back in February. That's been like 7 months. I've had a total knee replacement, and I've been doing physical therapy ever since for the last 7 months. And I had an issue with pain, tried quite a bit of pain that I had in my knee. It never healed up. It's still swelling, but my biggest issue is I cannot get a full extension of my knee. In other words, get it into 180 degrees. I have about 15 degrees discrepancy. I went to visit my surgeon a couple of times, and he wants to do a revision, what they call, and I'm sure you know what it is, to go in there, remove the what he planted, and just start all over again. My question is, I'm using a Dynasplit. Are you familiar with that?
No, I'm not.
A Dynasplit is a device that you put on your leg, and it's actually put pressure in your lower part of your leg, and in order to move it up, in order to help it to get into 180 degrees. When I put that device for several hours, when I remove it, I can get a full extension. In other words,
I see. Yeah, I'm actually looking at the Dynasplit right now. I understand. Okay, so you're able to do it when you force it, which is what the Dynasplit helps you do, and you're going to have to keep doing that till you get your range of motion back. 7 months out from surgery is not that long. You know, it takes about a year.
That's exactly my point, right? I've been wearing the Dynasplit for the last almost 35 days on a daily basis, almost 6-7 hours a day. But I don't see much of an improvement. My issue is not the bone; it's mostly likely the tissue, the ligament that actually prevented me from. And is there something that you can do to help me at all, or I just, in your opinion, to get the Dynasplit, just keep on trying to stretch it as much as I can?
I would keep on working on the Dynasplit now so that you can stretch that tissue out. And again, 7 months out from a total knee replacement is not that long. You got to figure probably, another 4 or 5 months to get full recovery. So I would keep working.
That's very encouraging. It's very encouraging news. I mean, should I avoid revision like you suggested, which has really scared me quite a bit, to go into a revision? And I never.
Well, I'm not a surgeon, Ronnie, so I'm not going to stick my nose in your surgeon's area. That's his business. I tell people in the beginning, don't get that surgery. Come in and do regenerative medicine. They go, well, the surgeon said it's bone on bone. It hurts me, blah, blah, blah. But we help people all the time that have those situations without a surgery. So I don't know the way it was before, and I'm sure the surgeon did a beautiful job. They're very well trained. But sometimes it doesn't work out the way we like, and unfortunately,
sorry,
Ronnie,
I have to interrupt
run.
you guys. We're out of time. Thank you for your call, Ronnie. Really appreciate you.
By the way, Ronnie, you can go to my website and email me. It's www.lastemcells.com. I'd love to hear from you.
Okay, we got to go, Mark. More. Remember to listen to The Pet Show with our friend Warren Eckstein from 11 to 1 every Saturday. I'm Nita Valens. We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to Living Pain-Free with Dr. Marc Darrow. Now that you've heard Dr. Darrow, you can schedule an appointment to talk with him in person by calling his office anytime at 800-300-9300. That's 800-300-9300. Or go online to lastemcells.com. Again, the website is lastemcells.com. Living Pain-Free with Dr. Marc Darrow is heard every Saturday at 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. here on AM 870 The Answer. Remember, To take the first step toward a pain-free life, schedule an appointment by calling 800-300-9300. That's 800-300-9300. Live long and pain-free. And thanks for joining us today.